Hi, my name's Helen. This is my channel, Helen Mary Jo. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're a Hell's Bell, hello. A bit of a different video. Well, it's not different. It's an at home with Helen. But today I am cleaning up some badly tarnished silver. I've already done this necklace. I can't believe how it's come up. And making some pies. So very different things, different ends of the spectrum, but it was what I was doing today, so I thought I would show you. So today's Sunday, and I think this video will go out Wednesday. It's a nice sunny day now. Yesterday was awful. I think I repeat myself in the video actually, because I filmed it already. It's all been a bit about face today. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and you know, just know that nobody's perfect, and everybody, you know, I do a lot of this stuff kind of on the hoof, so to speak, and just have a go. I just always think, well, if I have a go, what can go wrong? So that's me. This, if before you ask, this is a blouse from Next from a couple of years ago. It's nice actually. It's got these long cuffs and the black buttons. Just turn those back because of cooking. And yeah, that's me. It was our wedding anniversary yesterday. We didn't do anything. You know, I had planned to do something, but I never actually got around to it. That's the truth. And Rob sort of tends to leave all that to me, and that's fine because I'm a control freak. So a surprise would be a big surprise. And but the children, the three kids, bought us a weekend away in Vienna, which is lovely, a place I've always wanted to go. And we're going there in September, so of course I will take you with me. And yeah, that'd be exciting. So yeah, not a lot else to report really. Everything's fine. My voice is fine. A few people have commented on that, and I have no pain, no difficulty swallowing at all. It's just sometimes my voice seems to go up and down. I don't know if it's the weather, if it's just when I haven't spoken to somebody, but I'm absolutely fine. Oh, and in this video too, at the end, I will put some photographs of Grace's party that have come through. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you later. Hi, so today I am in the kitchen, and I am just going to show you a couple of little well, things I'm doing basically today. So the first one I'm doing is it's how to clean your silver jewellery. Now I actually was planning to sell my silver jewellery, and this is a bag full of bits that I had in the drawer. Well, I used to wear a lot of silver, and I've started wearing silver again. I've got this lovely little necklace on here, and because this shirt is white with a little black trim, I just thought the silver looked nice with it. So yeah, I was going to sell it, and then I've decided not to sell it, but it's all heavily tarnished, as you can see. And I saw this good little hack online. So basically I've got a shallow bowl because I've got a couple of these kind of silver collars, so I need them to sit in the bowl. So that's why I've got a shallow kind of bowl, and it's so easy, honestly. So you just need some foil, a bowl, and some baking soda, and or bicarbonate soda in England, and some hot water. So the first thing I'm going to do is shake the foil. I started to do that, and then I thought I'd better show you what I'm doing. So then it's easy for that to then sit inside the bowl. Just get it as deep as the foil will let you go, really. And this is a chemical reaction. Now don't ask me what it is. Some brainy person will know what it is. I don't need to know. I just need to know that it works. So I'm going to put in, yeah, I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to put in a good sprinkle. It's probably half a cup of baking soda. I mean, it's not expensive, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to lay I won't put all of it in because I don't want it to, well, I don't know how that would work, to be honest with you. So, you know, I'll put a few bits in because I can go back in. Now this is a really lovely heavy silver chain that I got the children to buy me one year. Oh, it's got an earring caught up in it as well. I just asked for a heavy silver chain so that I could just put whatever pendant I wanted on it. And I'm going to actually take that pendant off of there and I'll show you why. It doesn't need to be. So I'm going to put that in, that, and then this pendant is very tarnished and that might need a little bit of extra attention. So those bits are in there. Oh, I might as well shove that chain in as well. I'll do all the rest of it in a second batch. But anyway, so that's the jewellery inside the bowl. I'm just going to pop it under the boiling tap that I've got here, the hot water tap. It's not quite boiling, but I think it's hot enough. The baking soda fizzes up and gives off quite a smell, actually. It kind of gives you a smell that looks like it's doing something. I'll just let that fizz away. And one thing is, you shouldn't put any other metal in there while this is happening. So I've got these tongs here, which I've got silicone end on. Oh, look at that. Can you see how that's come up already? It's like magic. I love doing this. Look at that chain. Can you see how amazing that is, how that's come up so easily? And basically there's something between the baking soda, bicarbonate of soda, the foil and the hot water that sets off a chemical reaction where the kind of tarnish gets sucked over to the foil. Now that's not a chemical, that's not a scientific description, but it's so satisfying. Look at that bracelet. That was black. Now this is in real time. That I should show what I need something dark to. Oh, here we are. Look, I've got a baking tin. It's my next thing that I'm doing. You can see there how bright that is. Let's see how the look at that. Can you see? It's amazing. I'll put that in there actually. Because what I will do is I will give these a rinse off. That's still got some tarnish on there, but I think that will polish off. Look at that chain. That was completely black. And now it's lovely bright silver. That's a really heavy bracelet. That must have been expensive back in the day. But you know, silver used to be so cheap, didn't it? But it's not anymore. The only thing that seems to have dropped in value, actually, well, the last time I looked, was platinum. So that's the long chain. That's the bracelet. That's the other choker. Look at that. Look at that. That's impressive, isn't it, by anyone's standards? So that's that all done. So I'm just going to run that under the tap to get all that, any, you know, baking powder or whatever, just get that all off of there. And then I'll just get one of my microfiber cloths actually, and just give that a little polish. I have to show you this up close because I just think that is, look at that. It's so clever, isn't it? Imagine if you'd have had to clean that with a, you know, silver paste. I don't know, I think I might be too old to wear these now. I don't know, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? I might leave that on. And that's the shorter necklace. This was actually one of Munir's way back when. Just quite a short necklace. I've got matching earrings as well. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll just show you this because, I mean, I could go in there with a toothbrush and get it even better, but actually having some relief from the dark is quite nice. But that was black, wasn't it? Absolutely black. So if, you know, lots of you probably know this trick. I think I knew it in the back of my head, but I'd forgotten about it. And it was just when I started wearing the silver, oh, that's come up. I think this is more of a matte silver anyway. Might need another go. I'll give it another go later just to see. But I'm chuffed to pieces. I mean, if you think how black that all was. So, I mean, this is, yeah, I think this is the same. So that's very similar. Look, that's how black this stuff was, and that's what it is now. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because I quite enjoy doing it, actually. I love anything with a quick solution. And that's my lovely long silver chain, which I think must have cost the children quite a lot of money when they bought it for us. For us, for me, it wasn't a joint present, was it? It was for me. Yeah. So I can put that back into my jewellery now. Anyway, so that was the first thing I wanted to show you. This other collar is still a bit tarnished. I'll put that back in now. I don't know if it carries on working, but it won't do any harm while I show you the next thing I was planning to do. I was just about to make a pie for our dinner, and I always have some ready-made pastry either in the freezer or in the fridge. It's usually got a very long sell-by, and this one, the 26th of July, but that's been in the fridge for weeks. And that's ready rolled puff pastry. And I'll be honest with you and say, when I ordered it, I thought I'd ordered ready rolled short crust pastry, but I hadn't. So I've got to roll that one out. And the other day, Rob and I had beef mince for dinner, and there was quite a lot left. So I've got a pot of it here, and I heated it, I cooked it, cooled it down quite quickly, and that's been sitting in the fridge. And I thought I'd put that into a pie. And then, I don't know if I'm going to have enough pastry, but yesterday I realised that the chicken that I had come to the end of its, you know, its sell-by date. So I cooked it up quickly, but we didn't want it actually for dinner yesterday. So I made a nice, I cooked it with chorizo, just a chicken casserole really, but I put some chorizo in there for flavour, some chicken stock, not a lot of chorizo, I say, about a third of a chorizo sausage cut up into kind of smallish pieces, some mushrooms, and I just thought I'd make another pie of that and put that one in the freezer. So, you know, because obviously if something's coming to its use by date, if you cook it, you kind of give it another lease of life, so to speak. So I'm going to use this dish for the mince pie. But you might wonder why I've got short crust and puff. So short crust is cheaper than puff pastry for one thing, but also if you're putting this into the bottom of a pie, you don't need it to rise, do you? Because it can't rise because it's got all the filling inside it. So I use short crust on the base, and puff pastry on the top. I like puff pastry. My son-in-law hates puff pastry. He's from Yorkshire and he said it's all puff and no pastry. He'll kill me for that impression, because I know it's absolutely terrible. So I am just going to put down a little bit of flour to roll out this short crust pastry. And I got it out of the fridge. You need it at room temperature, but of course Katie called just as I was about to start filming, and so it's probably a little warmer now than I would have liked. But anyway, ridiculous. There we are. So I just thought I'd show you this. So all the time this happens now. So Rob's very proud of his courgettes. Look at these. They're impressive, aren't they? But you know, you can only eat so many courgettes, can't you? We have kind of one each for dinner, or even just one if it's a really big one like that. But so he kind of puts what he's grown on the side in the kitchen, all proud of himself. And then there was this. What am I supposed to do with one runner bean? I don't know. I'll have to do, I don't know. I'll cook it with the courgettes or something, I suppose, because they're only really good when they're fresh. So there's the pastry. Just gonna roll that out. I've had this rolling pin for 45 years, and it was my brother-in-law's before that. When they emigrated, they kind of gave away all their kitchen equipment. We weren't even married at that time. So yeah, I'm not going to have enough to do 2 pies. The square pastry, square tins actually use a lot more, don't they? Than you think. Actually, I've just remembered, I'll do the chicken one. I don't think there's enough mince in there for that one, but there is enough, I think. So I never turn the pastry over, because you don't want both sides to be kind of extra floury. Nobody likes loads of flour in their food. I'm obviously a bit heavy-handed because I'm getting this. Let me pull this back a bit. I'm getting a misshapen pastry. It doesn't matter. So yeah, that's really only going to do 1 pie. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop the camera and I'm just going to tip the filling into that tin to see if it's the right size, because this is just an ad hoc recipe. You know, it wasn't like, I didn't plan it, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to stop the camera and then see what the filling is like in there, and if it's wrong, I'll find another pie tin. So just bear with me. Okay, I'm pleased to say that there is enough filling for that one. So I will pick the pastry up over my rolling pin like so, and centre it over the pie dish and let it kind of naturally fall in, so that just take it a bit further over there. And then just be careful not to kind of pierce the bottom of the thing. I mean, a good little trick actually is if you get a ball of pastry, you can sort of use it as like a kind of a dauber to get those corners in. So I won't cut the edges because I need to put the lid on. So then this is my chicken and chorizo pie filling. I mean, this is a bit, really, this would do 3 people rather than just us 2, because, oh, here comes Dolly, she smelled the meat. And that dog could smell meat. I mean, she can hear the fridge door open from 3 miles away, I'm sure of it. So the next thing I'm going to do is open the rolled puff pastry, which is so much easier. I might have enough to make another small pie with that pastry. I'll see in a second when I sort of trim it and roll it out. I mean, you know, I went to a pub a little while ago and I had a pie. Well, it was sold as a pie, and then when they brought it to the table, it was just like a casserole with a sheet of cooked puff pastry laid on top of it. And I said to him, that's not a pie. And he said, well, it's the pie that we sell. I said, it's not a pie, is it? It's a bit of casserole with a bit of puff pastry on it. I was really annoyed, because I usually try and eat, I'm just measuring that up for size. I try and have things out that I don't have at home, you know, and I don't normally make a pie, to be honest. So that's the puff pastry. I mean, that's so easy, isn't it, when it's already rolled? And needing to stretch that a little bit for the tin, that's fine. And then I'll just crimp it down with a fork for the edges. It's so easy. When I used to do dinner parties, quite often I would do a pie, because most people love a pie, and I used to do an individual pie for each person, and then I wouldn't do another carb with that, because I don't think you really need potatoes when you've got pie, because you've got all your carbs there. So that's, I'll just slit the top to let the steam escape. So that's pie number 1, which yeah, that could do 4 people actually. So what I'm going to do here is, you know, this is probably completely outrageous, but I've just combined that puff pastry with the short crust pastry, because it's going on the bottom of the pie. So, you know, what can happen if it goes into a metal tin? That's going to be absolutely fine. You know, it won't, nothing can happen, can it? There's no pie police in the area. And the beauty of these is as well, I'll be cooking them in the air fryer. So what I'll do is, this one, do you remember the little pie dish I bought when I went over to Mum's? I just love an enamel pie dish. I mean, that's plenty big enough for 2 people, even these 2 people. So look, it's like quite funny because it's got the different coloured pastry in the middle. But it won't, honestly, I'm absolutely confident that it won't be a problem. If you're in the UK, has anyone been watching that 6th Commandment? It's such a good show. Rob and I watched 3 episodes last night, and we're going to watch the final one this evening. It's based on a true story, which is shocking, really. Right, let's see how this goes. It's all guesswork, but there's loads of filling. So that's very well filled, and there's still that much left. It's really hard to get the quantities, but you know, I'll freeze that and that'd be lovely on the top of a jacket potato. And then I've got the last bit of pastry here. And what I really needed was one that was in between those two sizes, but I don't have one that's in between those two sizes. So, and I don't really want to put it in a china. What I could do is make a little pasty, isn't it? So, you know, I could actually just, which I might do, just roll that out. As soon as I've got that much pastry left. And I would also do this with an egg wash. So, a couple of slits in there. And that's, oops, that's another pie ready for the fridge or freezer. And if I was freezing that, I would just put it in a polythene bag, get as much air out of it as possible. And then, I don't know, what should I do? Yeah, I'm gonna roll this up. I'm gonna combine those two pastries again. And it's quite nice when you've got a granite worktop actually, because it's nice and cool. Get the flour in there. I mean, you know, you can actually roll it out on there and bake it on there if you want to. But as I've had to do one on the counter, I might as well carry on. What I want to get is to somewhere that would accommodate this much meat. So what's there? Probably 3 good tablespoons of meat. It's Sunday today, so I don't know when this will go live, maybe on Wednesday, but the weather here yesterday was crazy bad. It was like the middle of November, honestly. It was very depressing. So I'll fold over like that and make a big pasty. Don't want it too thick, because you know it's going to be folded onto itself, so you don't want kind of too much pastry to filling ratio. Right, which way should I go? That way, I think. So I'll just pop that on there. Brave, aren't I, doing this on camera? Because I've got no idea if it's going to work. Oh, look at that. You're so clever, Helen. Where's my fork gone? Oh, it's there, isn't it? Get another fork. So I'll just crimp the edge of that. Tidy it up again with my little plastic knife. I'm using plastic because I don't want to scratch the worktop. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this greaseproof paper that came with the other pastry. Ooh, little mosquito. And then when I get that out of the bag, I can just bake it on there. So I've just wrapped that up, and what I will do is put it into a little freezer bag. Like this. And that is a handy dinner for us two, or, you know, if Rob's on his own, I can easily tell him how to get that cooked from frozen or from defrosted. I don't think it really matters. And that's that. That didn't take too long, did it? So, just got to decide which one to have for dinner. I think we'll have the mince pie for dinner, and then I'll wait until we've got company for the chicken pie. Otherwise, we're just being greedy, aren't we? Because I can't keep, you know, reheating it for obvious reasons. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that little canter through my kitchen today. I just thought I'd show you. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.